iShowSpeed is the face of streaming, but today he's leaving that world behind and taking his talents to Saudi Arabia to play alongside Ronaldo as he enters the final years of his legendary career. And while this seems like a daunting task, Speed has certain traits that will help him on his new adventure. At the age of 19, he's in great athletic form, and as his name suggests,
you know my name's Speed, right?
He has the speed that's required to play in this modern era of football. But unfortunately, that's as far as it goes, as the rest of his game is mediocre at best. Which raises one important question: why is Speed leaving the streaming world to pursue a career in football? To answer that question, we need to go back to 2022, where the GOAT debate seemingly ended with Messi lifting the World Cup. So with Speed being the biggest Ronaldo fan, it's only normal for him to want to win the 2026 World Cup for Portugal with Ronaldo by his side. But because the tournament is only 2 years away, it doesn't give him much time to improve. But when you take into consideration that he already has some footballing experience, combined with the fact that he's now training with Ronaldo, it's no surprise to see Speed improve quite rapidly. And while he's only playing limited minutes coming off the bench, he's actually creating scoring chances for the rest of the team and picking up assists in the process. And his hard work would pay off towards the end of the season, earning himself a spot in the starting 11. But while he's one of the reasons Al-Nassr have won 21 games this season, if he wants to win a trophy in his first year, he's going to have to face his good friend Neymar in a title-deciding match. And while Ney and Speed were cool back then, right now they're rivals. And this match is equally important for Neymar, as he's trying to earn a call-up to the Brazilian national team, which makes it even more fitting that we would see a vintage Neymar performance, providing an assist in the first half and putting the game to bed with a goal of his own, allowing Al Hilal to lift the trophy. But while this is a disappointing result for Speed and the rest of the squad, there's no time to dwell on this loss, as before we see both him and Ronaldo change team in Season 2, the Club World Cup is taking place and Al-Nassr have been invited to participate. And although they might not be favorites as this competition features some of the best clubs in the world, we would see Speed put on some of his best performances to date, with the streamer now turned football player picking up 3 goals in the group stage and 1 assist in a round of 16 win against River Plate, setting the stage for a quarterfinal matchup against Inter Miami and Lionel Messi.
Free kick given. Here we go. Messi! Put it in, and the other way! Magnificent!
And just like that, Speed's first season as a professional football player is coming to a close. And if he was hoping to win a trophy before the World Cup, he'll have to wait a little longer for that to happen. He's come a long way in such a short period by playing alongside Ronaldo, but at the end of the day, he's 40 and past his prime. And what Speed really needs to take his game to the next level is not only to move to a top 5 league, but he needs to play with someone who's in the prime of his career. And he just so happens to be friends with one.
Sweet!
Welcome to AC Milan.
Let's go!
And what you're about to see is Speed and Rafael Leao become one of the world's best duos, with both wingers using their pace to their advantage and being a nightmare to defend against. And that's resulting in Speed not only improving his goal scoring to 25 goals across all competitions, but Milan are amongst the best teams in the league and translating that success to the Champions League, with notable wins coming in the league phase against Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. But while Speed is much improved and enjoying early success, his biggest challenges are right around the corner. And it starts with a round of 16 matchup against Arsenal, where we would see Kai Havertz give the London club an early 1-0 lead. However, the celebrations would be short-lived, as Milan would find the equalizer not long after and eventually would be taking a 2-1 lead into the second leg. But much like the first matchup, it would take a while before we saw a few goals. The first one coming from Arsenal on a terribly defended set piece, and the second by their latest signing Darwin Núñez, now giving Arsenal a 3-2 lead on aggregate. So with time running out and with their backs against the wall, someone would have to step up for Milan. And with that sense of urgency, we would see Rangers tie the game up with a strike that was impossible to save, and after being quiet for most of the game, Speed would be at the right place at the right time to score the goal that would allow Milan to move on to the quarterfinals. But as I mentioned earlier, the journey only gets harder, as they'll be facing Real Madrid, who, as a reminder, lost to Milan earlier in the league phase. So not only are they looking to redeem themselves for that loss, but they're also trying to avoid losing to Ronaldo once again. And this time around, it would be a much closer game. Both teams would have good scoring opportunities turned away, but eventually Real Madrid would strike first to take the lead. However, they would have to inevitably settle for a draw as Ronaldo would find the back of the net. And with the game now heading back to Italy for the second leg, let's drop into this game and find out who will be advancing to the semifinals. Ronaldo into Pulisic, takes the shot, big save by Courtois. Milan have looked the most threatening so far in this first half. Leao, his shot is blocked. Milan retained possession. Cristiano, shot blocked as well. Real Madrid are defending well, but they still don't have possession. Speed can take the shot here. Carried away by Courtois again. Pulisic down the line to Leao. Flows down by Rudiger and Carvalho. Passing options in the box. Leao, still Leao, takes the shot, gives Milan a 1-0 lead. And with time winding down and Milan still having the lead after 89 minutes, Real Madrid will have one final chance to force extra time. It all comes down to this. Real Madrid with one final chance to find the equalizer. Cleared by Calabria, not far enough. Ronaldo wins the header. Real Madrid still have possession. Jude crosses it in.
Mbappe! Oh my word!
Cleared by Chow. And that's the game! With wins against Arsenal and now Real Madrid, Speed is getting even closer to a Champions League final. However, it's going to be another tough challenge. But that's in the future. So to focus on the present, Speed will go 10 consecutive games with a goal contribution, helping Milan to increase their lead in the standings while also winning his very first trophy. As in the Coppa Italia finals, Milan would face their biggest rivals Inter Milan. And while very few points separate the two teams, this game would be far from close, as Speed would score 2 goals in what would be a resounding 5-0 win. And with his confidence growing game after game and the momentum clearly on his side, Speed would go into the UCL semifinals, scoring twice in Germany, resulting in a 5-2 win over both legs. He's gone from Streamer of the Year to Serie A Player of the Year.
This award, it's more to come.
And now has the possibility of winning the treble and becoming a Milan legend in only his second year as a professional player. But standing in the way of all that is Lamine Yamal in Barcelona, fresh off a title-winning campaign, making this final a special one with multiple different storylines. Speed is trying to show that he's much more than just a streamer. Ronaldo is facing Barcelona in his final Champions League campaign, and both teams are years removed from their last Champions League title. So with the stakes clearly defined and the game well underway, it's Lamine Yamal who would strike first.
Got a bend on it! That is simply amazing!
Unbelievable goal by Lamine, but that is not what you want to see if you're rooting for Speed. But while that's not the start they had in mind, luckily they have a player that's been in these situations before.
Speed. We're going to play in Ronaldo. It is Ronaldo!
A goal from Mr. Champions League himself was inevitable. And with both teams going back and forth this early into the game, it's no surprise that the score wouldn't remain tied for long, as Lewandowski would give Barcelona the lead once again, as he finds the back of the net with a little bit of luck and some bad defending. But even after conceding in the way that they did, this game is far from over. And with the entire football world tuning into this game, including some of Speed's closest friends, everyone is hoping to see more goals. But while Milan have continued to fire away shots, they've all been turned away. And with time running out, it brings us to the final moments of this game. There's not much time left on the clock, and the odds are stacked against him, but with a treble on the line, can Speed produce a moment of magic to extend the game? Barca's press is keeping Milan in their own half. There's not much time left to play here. They finally get out. Fofana into Ronaldo. Has Reinders on his left, Pulisic on the right. He goes with Pulisic down the flank, blows past Balde. Has Speed in the box. Speed can take the shot. Why did he pass? Barca have control. Intercepted by Milan. Somehow, they still have possession of the ball. Reinders into Fofana. Speed. Pulisic. Speed. Ties the game. And just like that, Speed has scored the most clutch goal of his short career. a goal that the football and streaming world will remember for a very long time. From Streamer of the Year to forcing extra time in the dying seconds of a final is a serious accomplishment. But the treble dream ends there, as while Speed would have a couple more opportunities in extra time to win the game for his team, the score would remain tied after 120 minutes, and with penalties now being needed, the outcome of this game is no longer in his control. And while he was able to convert his penalty, at the end of the day, it simply wasn't enough. From a 92nd minute equalizer to losing in pens, that is tough. Speed and Milan are falling short of an incredible accomplishment, and Ronaldo misses out on his 6th UCL title. But while it's a disappointing way to end the season, he will have the chance to bounce back from this finals loss rather quickly, as the World Cup group stage is underway, and his road to the finals begins with him and Ronaldo combining to take down Norway rather easily. Followed by Denmark in the second match of the group stage, and finally another win, this time against Ghana, to top their group, which now brings us to the beginning of the knockout rounds, all starting with Germany in the round of 16. It's possibly the worst team they could have faced, especially this early on. However, Speed would eventually find a winner late in the game. That brings us to the quarterfinals against Croatia, which wouldn't be much of a challenge at all. And as we take a look at the bracket, we're getting very close to a much anticipated World Cup final. But let's not jump ahead. Argentina first have to get through France in a rematch of the last World Cup final, and Portugal will have to get through Italy, who have just eliminated Spain. So now that we know what's at play, let's drop into this game to find out if Speed has what it takes to make it to another final. Moise Kean leading the attack for Italy, lob ball into Barella. What kind of pass was that? The ball finds Ronaldo into Speed now. Plays the 1-2 with Ronaldo. Speed is through. Speed, is Bastoni gonna catch up? Speed! 1-0 Portugal! And after such a good start, Portugal were looking to double their lead. João Neves, Bruno, Leão. Portugal are playing unbelievable right now. Ronaldo into Bruno! 2-0 Portugal before the half. And with Diogo Costa turning down Italy's attacks in the second half, it brings us to the final moments of this game. And that's the final whistle. Portugal are headed to the finals, and with the stars aligning in our favor, the entire football world will finally get to see Argentina and Portugal in a World Cup final. A win for Ronaldo and the GOAT conversation will once again be debated, but a win for Messi puts him that much further ahead. Acuna gets away from Dallo, has Julian Alvarez in the box, marked by Ruben Diaz, gets the pass off to Lautaro, shot saved by Costa, Messi gets to it, his shot is blocked, and Portugal deal with it, but very lucky not to be 1-0 down. Portugal attacking now. Leão with the ball, through ball to Ronaldo, doesn't have any options, takes the shot, hits the post, and it almost goes off the back of Emi Martinez. Dangerous counter by Argentina. Messi needs options. Messi, still Messi. Lautaro, shot saved by Costa. Dallo cycles it back to João Neves, into Speed. Through ball, does Ronaldo get to it? Shot saved by Emi Martinez. Bruno into Speed, as Ronaldo in front of him, doesn't go, cuts inside instead. Passes to Leão. Leão! Portugal take the lead! This game is so incredibly fast-paced. It's back and forth non-stop. Dybala, lobbed ball to Lautaro Martinez, cleared by Inacio. Dybala wins it back. Lautaro into Messi! Tie game! Portugal's lead barely lasted 2 minutes. This game is crazy. And with the first half coming to a close, both teams had opportunities to take the lead multiple times. But with the game still tied midway through the second half, will we finally see a winner, or will extra time be needed? Leão keeps the ball in play, passes the ball to Bruno, into Ronaldo, through ball to Leão. This is looking very dangerous. Portugal on the counterattack. Leão, still Leão. Options in the box. Leão, pass to Speed! Portugal take the lead! And with that goal, Speed has not only given Portugal a 2-1 lead, but with Diogo Costa saving Argentina's final chance of the game, it would stand as the game winner. Portugal has won the World Cup, and Ronaldo will get to lift his final and most important trophy to close out his legendary career. And as for Speed, time will tell how the rest of his career will pan out. But for now, he's proudly walking away as a World Cup champion and the first ever streamer to do so.